What's the lesson we did yesterday? Leg spin. And before that? Fantastic, fantastic. Now, if you see, we have a natural progression. We start with the basics of batting and then basics of bowling. Then we prepared the batsman with his front foot defense, front foot drive, etc. Then we went on to spin bowling because that is the Indian specialty. And then now we are going to deal with fast bowling. So now we are retaining and maintaining a balance between batting and bowling so that when you face each other in the net, you as a batter or the others as a bowlers, you will have equal competition and equal opportunity to work together and improve. Today's lesson, fast bowling. I know a lot of youngsters are very fond of bowling fast, but you have to take a realistic view of are you doing the right thing at this point of time. One, yes, you're passionate, very good, you're welcome to give it a try. But you need to know the pathway, you need to know the method on how to be the best fast bowler that you can be. We're trying to share a lesson with you today. Hopefully that will be of some use. Fast bowling, first thing is yes, you want to be a fast bowler, but you need to be having an attitude. The fast bowlers are very aggressive people. They are volatile and they have a fighting attitude. They are very aggressive, and if that is missing, you may still bowl well, but you will not see success which you are after. You have to cultivate that kind of an attitude, hating the batsman, wanting to get the batsman out, sometimes, pardon me for saying that, even hurting the batsman. They try even to hurt the batsman. Next, you have everything. You have the attitude. You need to have technique as well. Can fast bowling be taught? Yes, it can be taught. Can your speed improve? Yes, it can improve. You just need the methodology. And also going along with that, you need to have the strength. You need to be a strong lad. Boys and girls, you need to be strong to be able to go quick. And then you need to be conditioned. What is conditioning? What is conditioning? Conditioning means your body strong but not rigid. It should be supple. It should be able to take the load of the demands of your bowling activity, which is very aggressive. It is a volatile activity. Now, on your screen, you have a very strong man. Can he bowl? No. Who can bowl is this. Navdeep Saini can bowl because he is not even half maybe his muscular size, but he has the right muscles in the right places. He is worked as a bowler. So, hope for the girls, you don't have to be this. You can be lean and mean and be a very good fast bowler. You can still play for the country like Navdeep Saini. He looks slim, but he's strong. He's got the muscles in the right places that are used for fast bowling. At Kioc, as you know, we try and break it up into small segments. We have today again phases of fast bowling, beginning with the grip. Simple, I won't go into this details because there's a lot more that's coming on the screen. Grip, 2 fingers along the seat, thumb lying under, little gap, we call this a window between the palm and the ball. Can you see the window? What happens? The ball goes right in. The ball does not come out easily. So if the ball comes out slow and late from your hand, it's obviously going to be slow and pitching short. So the grip has to be appropriate. Next is the run-up. Integral part, important aspect of a fast bowler. But that does not mean that you have to start running from Brigade Road and bowl at Kioc. Your run-up should be just enough to build enough momentum and allow you to arrive at the crease balanced and stable. We don't want you to be huffing and puffing and reaching. You cannot afford to be tired when you arrive at the crease. We don't want fatigue to set in 2 or 3 hours. We want you to retain your breath. So it has to be an appropriate run-up which allows you to build momentum and deliver the ball with the full blast. And then the gather. After the run-up, the athlete becomes a bowler at the gather. Gather is also called as loading and bound. Different people call it differently. So gather, bound, all these are the same thing. It's now that we become a bowler. Then the next event is the back foot landing. There are 3 different kinds of back foot landing. Front on, semi and side on. Side on, what happens? You're looking over your shoulder. Semi, you're looking through the arm. And front on, you're looking in front of the arm. Also, you will notice that for the side on, your back foot landing is parallel to the crease. For semi, your toes are pointing to fine leg. And for the front on, all toes are pointing towards the target or the stumps of the batsman. Then, next event is the front foot landing. It has to be a nice long stride, without which you might not be able to get the best from yourself. And then release. Now this is the business end of your bowling. How you release, that is so important. And then finally the follow through. We have spoken about it in the past. You cannot have abrupt stops in the crease. You've run a long way, you've got a lot of momentum and velocity going. If you stop abruptly, you're going to hurt your joints, tendons, muscles and all that. And there's going to be the internal damages, which soon might take you out of the game. So, follow through has to be gradually slowing down and coming to a stop. Alright, so this is the phases. We'll go through this one by one now. Like I said, grip, 2 fingers along the seam, thumb under the ball, little gap here which is what we call as a little window. Next is the run-up. Smooth acceleration with all the momentum directed towards the target. We don't want to be directing it towards third man or fine leg. We want all the momentum going towards the target, which could be the stumps, it could be the batter, it could be just outside off, but that is our target. Next is gather, jump, bound, whatever you'd like to call it. You can see it's all close to the head. We don't want the hand to be going up there or too far back. What happens too far back? Brett Lee will tell you, not me. We have a brilliant video at the end. So you can see the female cricketer loading here and you have the loading next to the ear as well. The most common thing we say is it should be like biting an apple. Let it be close to your chin. Let it be close to your chin. Now the 3 back foot landing. Side on, semi, front on. What do you have in side on? The bowler will look over the shoulder, semi open through the arm, in front of the arm. What about the feet? Feet parallel to the crease, angle 45 degrees or the toe pointing to fine leg, toes pointing towards the batter. The picture, like they say, paints 1,000 words. I might lecture for 15 minutes, but 5 seconds of observation on each one of this picture, you will know what these 3 are. Correct hip and shoulder alignment. The hip and shoulder should always be aligned. Whichever way it goes, the shoulders have to be aligned, the legs have to provide strong base. Now, the problem is in the mixed action. Problem is in mixed action. We don't want to have the mixed action. What is mixed action? Mixed action is, let's say for example, upper body is side on and the lower body front on, or otherwise, upper body front on and lower body side on. What happens with this is there's a squeezing of the spine. You're twisting of the spine because your shoulder and hip are working against each other. What happens with that? By the squeezing of the spine here, you start getting the backache. So many bowlers have lost their bowling ability, or they have completely given up bowling because they did not take care of their action, or the coaches have not been able to direct them correctly. We have lost a very, very good bowler, Vanita Vian, brilliant bowler. She could win matches for us, but at some point of time, although we directed her, we tried to help her, but she could not come around. She said, no, I'm fine, I'll only bat. She batted and played for India. She would have played much longer had she corrected her bowling action. Unfortunately, she gave up. Now you have the front foot landing. You can see how strong Brett Lee's front foot is. You can see a straight line. The front leg is braced. What's this braced? It is like locked. It is so strong. Whereas the back leg could be flexed. That's fine. You can see the back leg is flexed. Very strong action at the point of landing. You will realize the fast bowler, heel first, transfer of weight, quite flat-footed, as opposed to the spinner who goes on the front half of the foot. We have Anderson and we have Jack Collis now at the point of release. You can see how straight, how nice and high the release action is. Now this is the key. This is the key. You release well. No matter how much work you've done before this, if you don't release well, you will lose all the advantage. So strong, upright body position. I have a brilliant video here, very short. You will enjoy this because it's got front on, it's got side on view as well. This is Alan Donald. He was a terror. He was called White Lightning. What was he called? White Lightning. Look at the coil, look at the front foot landing. Absolutely wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. And then there's the follow through. Watch him follow through nicely. We'll play this again. A White Lightning running into bowl to a batter. You would put the fear of God in the batsman's mind. Fantastic. Back foot landing was semi, and then everything was nicely aligned, and then he eases off with a nice smooth follow through. Absolutely brilliant. Momentum to the target, full arm action and hip rotation. Now I have another picture. Again, like they say, a picture speaks 1,000 words. Look at his back foot landing. Where is this? How far behind the stumps? I have a perennial problem. No ball, no ball, no ball. 9 out of 10 balls in our nets are no balls. Shamefully, some of our spin bowlers are also bowling no balls. It's a shame. We need to land as a fast bowler 12 to 18 inches before the bowling crease on the stumps. You can see it's a full-on action. You can see it's a long and strong bowling stride, good high release, and look at the braced front leg. Absolutely fantastic display of how and what a fast bowler should be doing. Now, the most common question, any fast bowling class, either in the beginning, middle or in the end, there's one common question. How can I bowl faster? How can I bowl faster? Yes, you have an attitude and you love to bowl fast. Then you have to add on these things. What are these things? Number 1, ground speed. You have to run hard. Your run-up has to be really, really good. I was so impressed by Mayank Yadav. First ball, I said, oh, who's this? Second ball, impressed. 2 matches, the whole world is impressed. The whole world is talking about it. What's good about him? Number 1, all his basics were correct. All the basics were correct. Then he had the speed, and then he knew how to take wickets. Now they are saying he should play for India. In how many games? Just 2 IPL games. 2 IPL games, he's right up there. He had great ground speed. He had some lovely arm speed. His the arm was very strong, and then he was very balanced and stable at the crease. And then he has an attitude, and he's been working hard. So these are the ingredients of if you want to bowl faster, with an attitude and love for the game. Here you are, ground speed, arm speed, balance and stability at the crease. Now, the best lesson that will come now. Brett Lee giving you some of the finer points which can help you be a better version of your own self.
Bobby Ferguson, fellow fast bowler, sure you're excited by the pace he was generating?
Absolutely, and it's 150 k's that he can bowl, but I want to point out a few little things in his technique which I think he can improve. So straight away, let's have a look at his rough. So what we'll do, we'll indicate here his rough. So he comes from out wide of the crease. I think that Bobby Ferguson should actually come on that angle there. So if you actually have a look at the top of his mark, you're looking around about 2 metres straight away where he should start a little bit straighter. The other thing too, guys, is that this is called a chicken wing. You don't want that as a fast bowler. So the chicken wing is when the arm goes out there, ball goes behind the head straight away, you start to twist, and that hurts your back. It's counter-rotating part of extension. That's the other thing where he fits it a bit tighter. But if we roll on here, roll on where he actually lands. And this is the most important part of the bowling action. We'll freeze it there. So straight away you can actually see the line of his head is around about there. You see the line of where the ball arc is, it's about there. But where it should be is over his front foot. You can see straight away how far he's falling over, so he's going to get a potential intercostal muscle injury, a lower back injury. And the other thing too is that where he lands on the crease, you see what's landing there, he should be a lot closer to the stumps. And I think that will fix it. So he's about a metre to play with on the actual crease line. What he's left with, unfortunately, is the head position's there. It should be up around there. Ball there, obviously his hand, the ball should be up there, so he's losing bounce and trajectory off the wicket, and I reckon involved with at least 5 to 7 k's quicker because he's left with this horrible arc in his action. And the reason why I know that is because both are the exact same thing. So straight away, the advice I'd give to Bobby Ferguson is don't run wide of the crease as I mentioned, run nice and straight, don't fall away here, and then try and use all that pace, lose your action, see that crunches that hip on that hip bone, top of the ribs, push through. So I think get that chicken wing in, up stroke through, nice down, beautiful arc, close to stumps. You'll get more wickets, more LBWs. 150 k is great, but it'll come at a cost if you don't do that action.
Absolute masterclass on how an action should be aligned. Superb alignment. And coming from Brett Lee, really impressive.